This video is brought to you by John Robson Guitar Tuition. If you enjoy the content, please consider supporting the channel by enrolling on a course, purchasing some guitar lessons or a t-shirt, or you can join my Patreon. Now, on with the show. Hello chaps, welcome once again to John Robson Guitar Tuition. As always, I do hope you're well. Now that is how you create an absolutely anthemic guitar solo. A solo that doesn't rely upon speed or flashiness or impossible levels of virtuoso shredding. It's just melodic, tuneful, brimming with feel and musicality. And it's so simple that pretty much anybody could have played it, but they didn't. This person did. This is, of course, my favourite guitar player, and I haven't featured him on the channel for, a little while now, so I thought it was time to revisit him. The album cover you can see there is Gary's final album before he kind of went into the kind of blues thing with Still Got the Blues. This was the album from 1989 called After the War. And I think it's the final track on that album is called Blood of Emeralds, and that is the solo you just heard there. It's very much, the song is very much a retrospective of his days growing up in Ireland, and there's references to, his old band Skid Row and Phil Lynott and stuff in there. It's a very touching, kind of heartwarming song, I think, and with an absolutely beautiful solo that you've just heard me having a stab at. Go and check out the original and hear how it should be done properly, but that was my good college try for this wonderful, wonderful solo by my favourite guitar player. I don't think there's any secret about that. So anyway, that was the solo. Let's have a little bit of a look at what's going on in the solo.
Solo explanation.
As always, we'll begin with the chord sequence we're playing over here. We're in the key of A major, exclusively, no kind of fancy borrowed chords or modal interchange or anything like that, just straight ahead chords from the key of A major. And the chords are, in this order, A major, C sharp minor, F sharp minor, then E, then we go to a D, then via E to F sharp minor, and then B minor, D to E, then back around to the start again, and basically twice through that. It's a little bit different on the second time through, but that's essentially it. So what are we using over the top of this then? Well, good old A major scale, notes of A, B, C sharp, D, E, F sharp, G sharp, and back to A again. I think, all of those notes get used at some point in the solo. As always with any solo as melodic as this, you will always find that any time we're hanging on to a note, sustaining a note, kind of emphasising a note in any way, it is always going to be a note that's in the underlying chords. And if we just take a look at like the first phrase where we go like that, that's basically just a pentatonic lick, that. An A note from the A chord, and then bending up to the C sharp from the A chord, and then settling on the E note, which if I move it to here you can see is in the C sharp minor chord that's come next. Every time we land on a note and kind of prioritise it or emphasise it, it is always going to be a note in the underlying chord. So that is the first lick. And then we've got like a question and answer kind of thing going on here. If that's the question, the answer goes. Again, an E note over the E chord that's arrived there. That's a lovely little lick there. That's something that Gary was doing a lot of in this sort of late 80s sort of period when he was getting a little bit more Celtic. The album before this, Wild Frontier, had this kind of feel to it as well, where he would... I don't know, there's something about where you get... just kind of approaching a note with a grace note from above. So you could have gone... like that, but just doing... it just somehow makes it sound a little bit more Celtic, and he does it later on in the solo as well. But again, let's take a look at that lick. Again, just all notes from the A major scale. This unison bend that he does here, the E up to the F sharp, is coinciding with the D chord that's arrived by then, which, as you can see, has an F sharp in it. And then that kind of stuff there. So let me play that again slowly. Semitone bend there, we're bending up to the D note, which is in the B minor chord, which is happening at the time. And then landing on the F sharp note there in the D chord that's arrived, and then we're back up to basically playing the same melody an octave higher for the second half of it. Again, that part of it is just pentatonic. You can see how it's coming out of that box 4 pentatonic. Again, that same question and answer thing that we had earlier. Question. Well, basically the same thing, but an octave higher. All the same notes, just an octave higher, and he bends up to the E this time. Then that little Celtic-y kind of bit that I mentioned earlier, we've got the octave higher version of that here. There we go, you see. Bending up to the F sharp on the B string, then getting the G sharp there, and then he could, as I said, have just gone. But he doesn't play. He goes. It just lends it that sort of Celtic feel, again. Then the closing lick of the solo is like that there. It doesn't end on that note there, he bends in. The one note from outside the A major scale is this G note here that he uses as a kind of launch pad to bend into that A at the end there. So there we go. So just a nice little melodic solo. Strong emphasis, as I say, on targeting chord tones, and obviously this is a solo which wasn't improvised on the spot. This is something that has been meticulously worked out in advance, and just a beautiful melodic feel. Really kind of sums up that sort of Celtic, Irish kind of flavour that the song is trying to convey. This could easily have been a solo from a Thin Lizzy song, although if it was a Thin Lizzy song, it would probably have had a guitar harmony part on it, which might be an interesting exercise. I might revisit this and see how it would sound with a harmony. But that is what's going on in this fantastic Gary Moore solo from Blood of Emeralds from his 1989 album After the War. So now you know what's going on. Go away and have some fun with it. And as always, you'll find a full tab in both Guitar Pro and PDF formats for the solo, along with a clip of me playing it and that explanation you've just seen there, and a jam track for you to play along with. All of that is up on my Patreon page. The address is on the screen and the link is in the description. As I'm sure you know by now, if you're a regular viewer to this channel, it's £3 or $3 or £2.50 a month, and you get access to all of these additional goodies and tabs and jam tracks and stuff that that go along with these YouTube videos. A massive thank you to everyone who supports me in that, or any of the other ways, all of which are linked down below in the description. And that is pretty much it for today, folks. Hope you've enjoyed the video and found it useful and informative in some small way. And if that's the case, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell in case you haven't already done so. And why not drop me a like while you're at it? Don't forget the live stream every Friday, 5 PM UK time. We drink beer and talk about music and guitars and whatever else crops up. Great way to kick off the weekend. I'd love to see you there if you can make it. But for now, I'll bid you all a good day and say thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your time. Look after yourselves, folks. Stay well, stay safe, and above all, stay sane. Bye for now.